Dum dum da dum dum da dum 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 dum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And cheers. There is one more in this bout of drunkenness. Cheers. I've lost count of how many units I've had. This last one is 33 centiliters, but 6.3%, so it's a bit stronger, so it's slightly more than one unit. I don't know, I think I'm up to like 7 or 8 units in a reasonably short amount of time. Yeah, the people in this building can now walk to the shopping center. So that should make them happier, I'd imagine. And did I last time? Oh, we have autumn is here, 5th of September. Yes, you have 2 rail distribution offices assigned to you. Very good. That should be all you need. Did I also tell you not to import from the border? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Good. Do you reckon? Place your bets. Is the Eiffel Tower finished or not? Let's find out. It's not here, but these are the people who have been building it. They have not finished their last residential building in their area quite yet, but the Eiffel Tower is indeed finished, and it is indeed without drinking water. It would also seem price level is going to be expensive as fucking hell to go up this goddamn old iron tower. Yes, we're just as the Parisians. We're gouging every poor soul that has the poor judgment of coming here. We're going to gouge you for everything that you have. You do not have any water connections, you do not have any sewage connections. Okay. Well, do you want water? We can get you water, but sewage, I don't think I can be bothered. No. But you can have drinking water, but it will be a health risk, since you won't be able to really flush and so on. But you can drink whilst at the place here. That's really unrealistic, by the way. I don't think that there is free tap water at the Eiffel Tower. Nah, I think you can buy bottled water for a ridiculous sum of money, if anything. So why should we have tap water available for free here? I don't know. That's one thing that really bugs me. All these fucking virtue signaling places that, oh, we're so green and so environmentally friendly and everything, but they won't serve you fucking tap water. No, we only serve bottled water here. Yes, that's very environmentally friendly now, isn't it? You know, the amount of energy it takes for bottled water, a liter of bottled water, to make it into the face of a thirsty person, compared to tap water is like a magnitude of 1,000. So don't be a fucking hypocrite and at least say that now we're just pulling this scam because we can't be bothered putting your glass under a tap and opening the tap and give it to you. No, we're assholes. We're not going to do that. So you're going to have to pay €2.50 for like a small glass, a tiny glass of water. Yes. That fucking hypocrisy, that drives me mad. I'm swearing like I'm swearing like very much. I apologize. Then again, my channel is not aimed to children, and it is my sincere belief and not only belief, what you call it, value that the upbringing of children is actually up to the parents of said children to be responsible for. If you put your children down in front of a computer and give them access to the internet, unfiltered, but seriously, it is the responsibility of the parent, no one else. Nah, you can't put that on someone else. That's yours. Indeed it is. Yes, so the Eiffel Tower. It seems to require quite a lot of staffing. If we compare it to the number of visitors we get, but then again, the building is without drinking water. I know from experience that this means that they work at half efficiency. So with drinking water, they might just be able to have twice the amount of visitors. But I have actually been up the Eiffel Tower, not up there, but was it there? I don't recall. It was a stupid tourist trap. It's what it is. The entirety of Paris is a stupid tourist trap. Don't go there. It's polluted. It's nasty. It's blah. Yeah. Anyway, but Paris has a nice thing that they have is like water fountains all over town. You can get drinking water for free. But I don't think that they have one of those at the Eiffel Tower. Oh, there's a traffic jam somewhere. What's this about? A traffic jam, you say? Yeah, but that's because the train is standing around and waiting. This... That's right, this railroad is now finished. We should do proper semaphoring here, and this should not happen. That should actually be a chain signal just to be a little bit more safe. And these should arguably not exist at all. And there we should have just almost the type that it is. We should have this. Now you see this dinging sound. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. It's not annoying at all now, is it? Only slightly. Yes, but we can put in a few of these. Now that the regular rail service is resumed. And also here. And yes, trains drive on the left, road vehicles drive on the right. Nothing strange about that. Plenty of countries have it that way, and that is the way it's supposed to be. It can be argued if road traffic is supposed to keep on to the left or to the right. I have very, very limited experience of driving on the left. It's on Malta, and that was complete chaos. But that may have been down to more issues than simply the side of the road that you're driving on. You know that the highest posted speed limit on Malta is 80 kilometers per hour. Yes. Why would you even need anything more than a moped? If the highest posted speed limit in your so-called nation is 80 kilometers per hour. Plenty of vehicles though, and plenty of people, and plenty of everything on a very small, in a very small space. I might have had more to do it, but actually, if you think about it, which countries drive on the left and also actually have like a decent traffic culture. I see the UK. They have a decent traffic culture. I suppose I haven't driven in the UK, but from what I've seen, it looks to be reasonable enough. Australia, haven't driven there neither, but that also looks reasonable. And New Zealand, that also looks reasonable from afar anyway. But India, that's complete madness, and they drive on the left. that's a joke, more or less. Their traffic, that's something else. So yes, what are you trying to say? I don't think that there is inherently anything better or worse driving on the left nor the right. Although when I was on Malta and drove on the left for a week, give or take, it did start feeling quite natural to drive on the left. And now I selected the next track here on the music machine before it had entirely finished. When it had like 0.25 seconds left on the last tune, and that's when it hangs up. Yes, it felt quite natural to drive on the left. Even though the car that we had rented was so properly awful. It was an old Kia that nothing wrong with the car. I mean, it started, yeah, it ran just fine, but the clutch was so incredibly bad. It was so incredibly bad. There was like nothing left of it. It didn't slip. That's something that it had going for it. It wasn't slipping, but you know, usually when you engage the clutch, when you start to release the pedal, there's a gradual gripping thing. You can feel it sort of start gripping more, and then you're fully engaged. This was not like this. You had 99.9% of the pedal travel where nothing happened, and then you had 0.1% where it engaged. But I got used to that after a week. So much so that when we got home and I got in my car at the airport parking place, I couldn't actually drive it. I actually stalled it. I stalled my own car, which I've owned for 10 years. Yeah. That's how bad the clutch was in that car, and what I got used to in a week. I stalled my own car when getting home. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, it's autumn here in the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, by the way. Yes. I'm trying... I can't click the mini-map anymore for some reason. Okay. That's an annoying bug. That's impossible to reproduce. Just happens sometimes. And then you don't even have to restart the game to get out of it. Sometimes it just releases by its own accord. Although the circumstances under which it does so is just as elusive as the circumstances under which it puts itself into this situation. How can you actually say a citizen's happiness is too low? Yeah, but you should be fine. You now have access to a shopping center. Do you not? 80%, that's not the one. This is the one. 50%, yeah, it was 41 when we started, so it's going up. You shut up, please, because this is rectified and it will be very good. Just give it a little bit. This is wrong though. We should have more food, slightly less clothing, and a little bit of electronics. Yes, and this place has everything. This place has everything too. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now we all of a sudden have like a big space here in the center of town where we could build something if we wanted to. Don't know what that would be, but it might be something. Autosave 285, thank you so very much. This is working excellent. This the managed forest. 10 tons of wood per workday. I don't know if that would be enough to keep us in wood, but maybe. We'll see. For right now, though, how did you do this semaphores again? Just as a slightly refresher. Yeah, this is correct. That is how you want it. And so is that. Yep. It's all good. It is all good. And everyone is pretty much happy. It's just this building that are slightly unhappy. But the pub tavern, how they fixed it. Good. Right then, how am I doing? Oh, I have like half a unit left. Okay, so to wrap these couple of episodes up, I've been swearing. I'm slightly drunk. But I did not revel too much in self-misery and whatever you call that. No, I didn't get into that. I skidded along the subject many times, but managed to steer away from it and steer into other frustrating things, such as people burning their own books and other people being upset about it. For example, just to give one example, there were plenty more. Well, that's how it is. This is the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, and I quite frankly don't know what, if anything, more to do with it. I mean, we now have an Eiffel Tower. It isn't working that great because they don't have water. People don't seem to like it a whole lot. But I'm not going to lower the price. If I could, I would increase it. We're supposed to gouge people here. It's the way that everyone does it who has a cultural and historical inheritance such as the Eiffel Tower. Gouge the tourists. Yeah, well, the tourists have themselves to blame for going to stupid places like these. I mean, it's nice to see, oh wow, it's the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I read about that as a kid. But really, it's just as good on a postcard as it is in real life. If anything, regarding the Eiffel Tower, wherever some part of the town, city, I suppose Paris, yes, you could see the Eiffel Tower from far away, up on a little hill. Here, that was very nice. That was excellent. Going to the actual thing was pretty damn rubbish. But then again, I knew as much. I knew that it would be that way. I would not have gone unless someone dragged me to it. Oh. It's pretty obvious, these things. we can't keep up at the restaurant. No, but you have this restaurant too, where almost no one is going, because it is very, very expensive. And this one, which is a lot taller, you get a much nicer view. I don't know if the food is any better. I think the food is more or less the same, but it is much cheaper. 0.1 price level to 4.0. Yeah, a pretty decent difference. Still about 0.3 of a unit left here. Cheers. Okay. So, yes. Is there anything left or next for PPP? I don't think so. They have finished this one. Very good. We can take people from Dorebo. Another one where... Well, this translation I could actually make Dorebo. Dore, that's like an insane person. More or less. And Bo is like a dwelling. So it's the dwelling of the insane persons. More or less. That's it. That's all the people you had. Okay, I'll take the next one then. Just move as many people as possible in. Now the citizens' health is too low somewhere. In Dorebo. Yeah, that's the one that I emptied out and one person moved in, and that's why. Pardon me. Okay, we do one more tune and then we're out of here. Are we? Really? Now I feel like going on for a bit. Yeah, we could make it a double feature, but the affiliates have not been notified of this in advance. They could be notified now. Yes, I hereby notify all affiliates that we're running a double feature this evening. So screw you. Or it could be even more, or it could be less. I mean, you know, at this point, you just need to highlight the progress bar of the video, and you know how long it is. I have no idea. It could be anywhere from 23 minutes to hours. Or it could be 23 minutes and just a couple of seconds. I don't know. The game could crash at any moment. Yeah. The police are keeping up. If anything, I mean, the prison population is a bit low. Yes. One thing that we could probably do if we wanted to increase the prison population. Yes. This is only slightly sinister, this thought. But if one prisoner escaped last year, how did you manage to do that? But if we were to take one of these prisons, say this one, for example, and turn the number of wardens down to none, it has a pretty negative effect on everything. People get sad, unculturalized, very much unloyal to the government, and very much criminal, alcoholics. They don't like sports, and they also get, but their interest in religion decreases. Isn't that like a good thing if you're a communist utopia? I don't know. I put the wardens back in. I'm not ready. But this is something where if we wanted the prison population to increase, I think that's the way to do it, is to release all the prisoners by reducing the staff to nothing for a while. I decided on a double feature now, so we can continue. Great. Did you have anything more to add on the subject? I rarely do. Sometimes I just come up with stuff as I go along. Sometimes that's usually how it goes. Yes, but now I'm a little bit drunk. I'm not usually drunk. I'm just usually, sipping a bit for the taste. Because the taste is nice, but now I'm actually actually a little bit drunk. Yeah, cheers. That's the last of it. Yeah, the clock is reading 2229 hours. I have a work day tomorrow. Yeah, it's all great, Life, universe, everything is fantastically wonderful. Just look forward to the next day. Each and every night when you go to bed, you look forward to the coming day. It will be so great that you don't even know what to do with yourself. Sure. Or how was it again? It could have been some other way around. Maybe. Such as it is completely fucking terrible and I have no idea what to fucking do with myself here. That could also be the case. Yeah, I can continue making these Soviet videos, I suppose. You can increase staffing slightly at this hospital if you would like. Sure. But the television station is quite remarkable because it has maximum staffing and a rating of 96.7%, happiness effect of 2.4%, cultural effect of 3.85%, most of all, government loyalty 3.34% too. That is pretty good. And that is why people who are stuck in prison mountain over here, if they have a television when they get in here, they're pretty good off. You did not have a television or even a radio. And this sort of makes all the difference. You've been in here for 7.6 years, Julia. Your happiness is down to 40%. Your government loyalty is down to 35%. Rollan, meanwhile, has been in here for 6.6 years. Both of them are, by the way, rehabilitated regarding the crime inclination. That's good. But Rollan, who had both radio and television, therefore being able to watch television, has now a happiness of 85%, government loyalty of 81%, almost no interest in alcohol, and very cultural, is completely satisfied regarding sports, no interest in religion, and 84% clothing quality, whilst Julia is only 40% happy, 35% loyal to the government, 89% drunk. Still very sporty though. Julia, where do you get your culture from? Because it's only down to 97% and you have no source of it really. I don't know how that works. Whatever. It works in some way. I suppose that you still are without drinking water. Yes, you are still without drinking water. This being gouged at the Eiffel Tower, what sort of effect does that make you happy, or does it make you unhappy, or does it leave you... It more or less leaves you unscathed. You don't really care either way. Now you're watching television though. That is bound to make you happy, isn't it? Come on then, get to your next day. Yeah, it didn't do anything to your happiness or nothing. But we can only have 38 visitors in the Eiffel Tower. You know how large this thing is? You can fit quite a bit more than 38 people in this thing. Yeah, but we now have an Eiffel Tower, we have a Space Needle restaurant, we have 4 quite luxurious hotels where there's not really any serious issues. One tourists were unable to find their way to here. One tourist were unable to find their way to here for some reason. It's all pretty decent. And here they get to buy our wonderful electronics at an incredibly large markup. Serves you right, coming here and demanding electronics. You know how expensive and difficult these things are to make nowadays. Very much. Okay. Yes. So we've fixed wood production. I think we could even maybe set the wood trains here. Wood train. That's the gravel train. This is the wood train. You're going to the border to load for the moment. I mean, you could be going out here to load, maybe. Just maybe. Or we'll leave it to go to the border and import for a while to come. Yes, for a while to come. We'll have you go to the border. Dum dum da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum. Yes, I'm completely sober here, as you can clearly tell. It's all pretty decent. Okay. I really don't think that I have a whole lot to add on the subject of the Soviet Republic of the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture for this evening. Now, I think we're good. I have double-tracked a bit of railroad here. We have installed a new wood production facility. We have finally finished the... what is this? Do you call this a train? Okay, it's an alcohol train. I'll allow it. Otherwise, a train with only one wagon does not almost even constitute a train. You see? That's a bit poor. It will have to do. Overall, though, I have to say it was a good decision to double track this bit so we don't have trains waiting there unnecessarily. You also have pretty good acceleration with this configuration. That rhymes. acceleration configuration. Yeah. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. Yeah, you've been saying that like 12 times by now, that as if you were about to end. Now we can always check in on the oil refineries, see how they're doing. Yeah, but it's the image here is slightly blurry to me right now. So, but this I can tell. See, this current production percentage is only at about half, which is not good enough. It is good enough, but it is not perfect and optimal. And that's because we're trying to keep all the ore finishes here and all other things in good working order, with the people for coming in on the train. It seems to be working in the sense that children are not growing up to be criminals, which is great. We did have a setback in the population due to two things. One thing being water supply out in Järn and Prison Mountain. They have the same water system. And one building in Svennemannen here that could not reach the shopping facilities, but now you can. Still 131 citizens were unable to visit a pub, but there is plenty of space at a pub. You just come down and join into the festivities and such things. 61% happiness you're up to here in this building. I think that you'll recover from that little bout of problems that you had. Otherwise, these three shopping centers are now doing a task which two shopping centers were previously doing. We have a void here in the center of town which we could build something on. Don't know quite what quite yet. We already have 17 workers without job, 24 workers without job in the entire town. We have 541 workers without job, and these places are running at not quite 100%, but pretty close to it. I don't think I don't think deploying more buses to this would help. Nah. We're making electronics. By the way, since we're on the subject of electronics, this year we made 607 tons, and we have consumed 635. God damn it, we're still not self-sufficient on this. How hard does it have to be? I'm just asking. I suppose next thing we could do is we have the electrical. This is an electronics making complex with one of these electronics assembly halls. It is not running at a very high production percentage because we only have one electrical components factory and we only have one plastics factory. But what I could do up here, somewhere around here, well, I think that we have a surplus of electrical components. Yes, you cannot store or export electrical components. This warehouse is entirely filled of electrical components. Say that we were to put them on a ship and sail them down to what's going on here, by the way. I don't know, but I'm supposed to figure it out. If we were to put those electrical components that we have in slight surplus here on a ship, sail them down to here. here. We might just get a little bit more out of this. Because you do actually have a little bit of surplus of plastics, but it is electrical components that is limiting your production as of time being. Yeah, such is it. Not good. We're not producing, still not producing enough electronics. This is ridiculous. Like half the population is now engaged in the electronics industry in some way, fashion or other. That really balanced. I would say that it's not. It's possible to accomplish if you use these modded huge chemical plants. Otherwise, you'd have to have 10 stock chemical plants for each and every one of these. So 20 of those for each of the chemical. That's just not possible. 3 division. Peter, what the hell are you thinking? How is this supposed to be done? It's not possible to do. Yep. What do you? There's a train going. You're going to load electronics, are you? Put them in here. Very good. Very good. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am now not sober. So I have succeeded in one of the things I set out to do this evening, and another thing I've succeeded in is not to completely go dig myself down into self-pity and that hole. I'll try and keep that to myself. I'll just break down after saying goodbye here and deal with it that way. And is there anything else? Yeah, it's the 16th of October. How fitting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture is feature complete. It has been feature complete since about episode 50 or thereabouts, and we're now about 286, 5, I think. Something. Yes, so, well, there isn't a whole lot left to build or do. I could build another town for some reason and have the performance drop to unacceptable levels. Yeah, that's something completely, but that's going to add like 15 minutes to this one if I'm going to get into that. But seriously, my old CPU that was running the Soviet simulator here, there's like 10 years between that one and the one we're currently on, which is an AMD 5900X, which is supposed to be one of the best that you can get in the current market. It has its single core rating is about double that of my previous CPU, which was then 10 years old. According to Moore's law, the number of transistors and so on doubles every 18 months. Yes, and they still do. They still do, actually. Moore's law still holds up. However, you have to adjust your workload or your program to this fact, because the CPUs and the GPUs have not scaled in the single core performance according to Moore's law. No. In the single core performance, it has doubled in 10 years when it's supposed to double every 18 months. But if you take all the cores into account, yes, then it has doubled every 18 months, or give or take. But stupid fucking game programmers. You can't build programs as if it is 1995 or 2001. We have multi-core now. We do things in parallel. You have to realize this. If you're doing a game such as this one, which is extremely complex, with a lot of stuff going on and a lot of things happening, I mean, to tie that into a single core, I realize it is easier and it's a completely different beast to accomplish in a multi-threaded way. You have to realize the reality that we're in, and that is simply that the single core performance is not going anywhere. It has doubled in 10 years. Yes, we were used to it doubling every 18 months, but that has not been true for I don't know how long. A long time. Yes, make your games multi-threaded properly, goddammit. It's yes. And that's about it. I'm slightly too drunk to continue now, I think. Or at least not too. I could go on for a long time, but I'm going to spare you that and say thank you so very much for watching the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture number, whatever it is. It will show itself here in about 10 minutes when it's finished saving. And I wish you a very good night. A good night as you could possibly have. I don't know how good my night will be. I usually sleep pretty poorly when I've been drinking, and such is it. But I sincerely hope that you have a better one. Good night.